Hey Andrew, how's it going, man? Long time. Just finished watching your video about the movie community, and you put on you hit on some really interesting points. Some of which I agree with. Um, it does seem that a lot of first off, it does seem like a lot of the people that we're used to seeing are no longer there, um, and they have their reasons, I'm sure, for departing. Um, the other point you brought up was that people tend to not really talk too much about the actual movie itself, as far as like a review of the movie or whether the movie was good or not or anything like that, but just that they have this certain edition of it or this certain edition of it or this huge box set of it. And yeah, that's true as well. From what I've seen, a lot of times when I see somebody pointing out that they got a certain edition of a movie, it's usually because they've probably already talked about the movie at some length in the past. Um, that's just what I've seen. Um, I'm I'm not too bent on certain editions. Like I don't go out of my way to get the ultimate be all end all box set of a certain title, and there's always going to be some bigger edition coming down the road, and it can get quite costly. And I'm not a man rolling in dough. I don't have a lot of money, so I have to pick and choose what I buy, what I get, how I get it, whether it's a trade or if it's just a very discounted edition. So yeah, I understand completely though what you're saying. Um, as far as comments go, I try to answer my comments as much as possible, but I really don't get into too many discussions in the comment section. A lot of back and forth, and whether it's a good discussion or a bad discussion. I feel that discussing a movie, there's a place for that, and in the comment section it can get a little lengthy sometimes. So I try not to do a whole lot of back and forth on any of my videos. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate the fact that somebody actually took the time to watch my video or to comment on it. And sometimes, truthfully, I miss a comment. I don't. I'll see that in the section that says you have a new comment. I'll click on that. The list comes up, and it'll give me the comment. I'll read that comment, and I'll be like, okay, cool, and then I'll move on to the next comment, the next comment. But I don't go to the video like I should because there's always more than one new comment. So I wind up missing a few sometimes. That's on me. I'm sorry about that. But as far as the point you're making about the different editions and stuff, once you see a movie, once you've seen the movie and you have a movie that you love, then what's next? You can just be happy with the edition you got. Heck, nowadays you can just download the file and watch the movie there. You don't have to even have a physical copy of the movie. But when you're into a movie or you're into movies in general, um, it's almost like a hand in hand thing. You're going to collect things that have to do with the movie, whether it be posters, whether it be different editions of the DVD, whether it be action figures of said movie, and you kind of build from there. I mean, I know you understand all that, but just I hope I'm not misunderstanding the point you were making in your video. At first, it sounded like you wanted to know why no one was talking about movies, but then it sounded like you kind of geared it towards people who collect. So, I mean, like if I collect a certain type of movie, say, for instance, one of my favorites is Phantasm. I don't know too many people who don't know about this movie, and I've probably reviewed it at length at some point in time. Um, at some point, it becomes a thing of if you want to know about it, ask me about it. But I don't really I don't think I would do a video reviewing this movie again. I believe it was part of my 12 of 24 about a year ago. So, yeah, Phantasm is one of my favorite ones. So, what do I do now? I could have had the VHS and been happy with that. The Embassy release way back when. Um, I could have got the laser disc or the video disc and just kept that. But times change, people change, and the artwork is, to me, I love the poster art for this. So when I first tried getting this edition, they sent me this one instead, which is the MGM release. Well, I figured, I had it before, I have it now, I'll just keep it, right? But it didn't mean that I didn't want this release, just because. The movie's no different. I don't even think the special features are any different. So, I just basically had two copies of the same movie with different artwork. And I don't know, it felt good to me. But I also, in a trade, acquired this release just because I like the cover art. I love the black. It's a Anchor Bay release, just like the white one, but the US release is white. This one is black. This is the UK release. So, yeah, I saw it. I thought it was cool. And I got it. Got it in a trade. So I didn't pay anything for it. Not really, not literally. But I thought it was a cool trade, and it looks really nice against these. And it kind of shows my love for the movie. Then it comes down to like special editions and, what you're cool with, what you're not cool with, I mean, I don't think I'll ever own the German version, the German release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That one that looks like a chainsaw. First of all, it's way too much money. It looks nice. It looks cool up on a shelf. But I don't see myself paying that kind of money for something that I'm probably not going to watch. But then again, there's some that I have that I'll probably never watch just because I have a copy that I can watch at any time. For instance, I had always wanted a copy of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and lo and behold, I did get it in this steel book for very cheap. It was like $4.95. And it has 2 discs, has special edition, special features, and the movie, of course. And, it's a little damaged. I got it for like $4.50, $4.95, right around $5. And I like it. But there is another edition that doesn't have this gold look to it. I probably won't get it. I mean, this is good enough for me as far as, steel books are concerned. But then, as I was out and about, I found this Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the original movie. And I think I paid $2.50 for this one. Yes, $2.50. And it's the meat package edition. Now, the package has no effect on the movie whatsoever, of course. It's still the same movie. But that's what being a collector is. You collect different versions, different variants, different editions. Just like with collecting action figures. You can have a variant. Like I remember Spawn, when it first came out, the Spawn action figure had yellow eyes, but the variant had blue eyes. So I did have both of them at one time. Also, I have this Diary of the Dead, the Dimension Extreme edition, with this lovely slipcase, metallic looking slipcase. Okay, the Poor Man's Steelbook. And this is the one I watch. When I want to watch Diary of the Dead, this is the one I take out and put in the DVD player. I also have a very beautiful actual Diary of the Dead steelbook that was given to me by Buzz-On Man, and it's still sealed. I haven't opened it. Why haven't I opened it? Because I don't need to. I have this one. But it's a really sharp looking copy, and I didn't go out of my way to get it. He was very cool and just sent it to me. Just being an awesome guy that he is, he just sent it. So there you have it. I have 2 copies of that. Rob Zombie's Devil's Rejects. This is part of a 3-disc set. It has both movies, House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. When I want to watch Devil's Rejects, this is the one I watch. But I also have the steel book of Devil's Rejects. This was won in a contest from Last a Lot, Don. And if I talk about the Devil's Rejects, I can only talk about it so much. There's the inside of it. There's the back. It's all part of the collecting game. It's every time I collect a new edition, I'm not going to go into in depth about the movie every single time, because I think I would just bore people that way if I did that. But here's an interesting one. I bought this. This was also another, I think, a $5 purchase. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2-disc, the 2 DVD set. It has a steel faceplate. Okay, the box it's a cardboard box, but it has a steel metal faceplate with leather face on it. The inside has photos. It folds out into what looks like a chainsaw. Very nice edition. This should have been it for me. When I saw this, when I got this, that should have been it as far as Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the remake with Jessica Biel. So this is the ultimate edition. I could have had the plain edition, or I could have got this one. And this one was $4.50, a lot cheaper than the regular version was, brand new. And so I went with it, and I got this. And this should have been enough, right? But it wasn't, because you and I did a swap, and you sent me this. Now, why did I need this? I didn't. But I liked the cover. I liked the artwork on it. It looked really cool. It had a very retro-looking movie poster art to it. In fact, I would love to get a poster just like this. And it's still sealed. From the time you sent it to me, I have not opened this one. I don't need to. I have this one. So, the collecting does have its purposes. But if I talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake, every time I got a new edition, people look at me like I was insane. Like, we know, Derek, we got it. Remake, get it, we got it. So, yeah, I do understand that a lot of people are not touching so much on the movies themselves. They're not really talking about them too much. I mean, there are people out there who don't even show off one DVD. All they do is talk about movies. There's a few of them out there. I see them. I've seen quite a few of them, and that's cool. They do reviews, straight reviews. That's it. They don't show off any collections. They don't show off any editions that they have. But then some of us, like me, kind of walk the line between reviewing and collecting. I'm not a huge collector. I'm very minimal compared to a lot of people, and I'm very budgeted as to what I'll collect. So you're not going to see like the sphere from Phantasm, which I've always wanted. That I've always wanted the 4 or 5 disc edition in the sphere from Phantasm. Probably never owned that. It's like $60 if you're lucky. Now it's like way more than that from what I've seen, and I don't think I'll ever afford that. The Alien Head collection, big bust. It's nice. It's sharp. Who wouldn't want that? But I'll never afford it. So unless it's a birthday gift or something, I'll never own it. But it's kind of the gear that I'm in right now. Now I've just did some videos talking about 80s horror and stuff like that. And I wanted to touch more on the movies, not so much the discs or the DVDs or the different editions that came out. I wanted to touch on movies themselves, and that's why I did like the 4-part 80s thing. And I'll probably be doing a little more of those, some 70s stuff, some made-for-TV stuff, because I like doing that. I like to reminisce every once in a while. I know you have a really healthy Halloween collection. How many of the Halloweens do you own? Do you have, I know you have like, we swapped this for the Halloween theatrical edition. So I know I think you have the producer's cut, and that's the remake too. What about the original Halloween? Do you have more than one of those? I know you have a mask, one with the mask in, which is really sharp. I like that one a lot. And it's fun. It's fun talking about your collections and stuff like that. I think it's great. I love it. When Selmer the God, Paul, talks about what he got, his wig videos, what I got, I always look forward to those. I always look forward to them. It's just a real quick rundown of what he has. Doesn't really talk too much about the videos, but he says enough of them to let you know whether he liked it or not. That's good enough for me. So, yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, though, that the community has changed a little bit. It's kind of switched gears. Um, Tried doing the chat thing where we could talk about movies, but it never seemed to talk. We never seemed to talk about movies, did we? We always talked about this person, that person, and the latest fashion styles. I just, eh. But one day, and Andrew, this is a personal invitation from me to you. Okay, if you want to discuss movies at any time, drop me an inbox. I love talking about movies. It's one of my favorite things to do. Um, if you've seen something that maybe you think I might be interested in, let me know about it. And when I see it, we can have a little back and forth on it. Sound cool? Um, but don't stop showing those editions that you get. Don't stop showing the new stuff you bought. Don't stop showing. If you got 7 of one movie, I want to see all 7 of them. That's kind of part of my interest as well. But having just moved in the last few months and been a little ill, I have been real slow going. I just set up my new area for making videos, so this is what it's going to be from now on, hopefully. But yeah, that's it for now, guy. Thanks for the video. It was really cool. I really liked watching it. And I remembered you had told me one time that you'd like to see more video responses. So that's why I'm doing this. Just because you said you'd rather see a video response and more video responses. And I hope to do more in the future for you. So hope this wasn't too long. I'm looking at the time now and holy crow, I think I've gone way over. But hope you enjoyed this, man. Thanks, and keep it horror, brother. Take it easy, man.